Alright, so I'll be yapping about my favorite movies of the 2000s, and there's quite a lot of them, so I'm just gonna start. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is absolutely phenomenal. Now, I wasn't a fan of them before. For some reason, I didn't like any of this medieval shit, whatever. But something happened. Like I think that was like about 5 years ago, and I started watching them, and I was like, this is good. This is great. Like just the whole journey, uh, it's just brilliant. And I have never read the books, probably never will, but the movie is enough for me. Now, next one is going to be Spider Man 1 and 2. These movies are just brilliant for so many reasons. It's pretty much just put the start of this whole new start of superhero movies. And Sam Raimi pretty much showed what wasn't possible before that now it's possible. Now, something I don't like about these movies is the dialogue, because the dialogue is kind of cringy, but at the same time, they have so much action and also the drama. There's like something that's dramatic that's happening pretty much every 20, 30 minutes in both of these films. And there's just something I like about that one because it's pretty much a curse to be Peter Parker. Now, yes, he got the gift of being Spider Man, but also his life is pretty shit. And everyone knows that from the comic books, but Sam Raimi actually brought this to the screen. And yes, you do have empathy and you're rooting for him. But yeah, I know there's also nostalgia talking here. But at the end of the day, now when I watch these movies, I still think they're really good. Now, one of my favorite films of the 2000s and my favorite movie, probably like top three for sure, is going to be No Country for Old Men. I didn't know anything about this movie before, but just I watched it and it blew my mind. It's such a unique, pretty much like a neo-western drama story. I don't even know like what kind of genre this movie is, but I love how kind of slow it is at times and makes you like think about the movie and the world that you're in right now, and then something that's very intense and surprising that happens. And it's the first movie from the Coen brothers that's actually they didn't wrote the script for this one. It's actually they adapted from a book, but it's so good, man. I'm a huge Coen brothers fan. I love all their movies, but this one is just brilliant. Now, besides No Country for Old Men being a great story, the cast is amazing. The performances are just so good. They're so good. Javier Bardem as Anton Sugar is just on another level. Like it's a performance that I think more actors should look up to. But also the way this movie looks, and I think there's no music in this one, which makes it even more unique and more experimental. So yeah, if you have never seen No Country for Old Men, do yourself a favor, watch it, and it's going to be one of your favorite movies. Now, Super Bad, which is going to be one of my favorite comedies of all time. It's so funny, man. Like this movie. Unfortunately, we'll never get to see a movie like this ever made again, except if they don't want to experiment or something. But this movie is just fucking so funny. From start to finish, I don't think it has a weak moment. Performances are hilarious. Some things are over the top, which it's understandable. It's like a teen movie, whatever. But it's so funny. Now, also in that decade, Tarantino did some amazing movies. For example, Kill Bill. Both of these films are just so good. It's pretty much the equivalent of live action anime, and I love this about it. Like it's so fucking over the top and funny and action packed, and the story is really really good. Tarantino, he writes a great story and a great dialogue. And something else about the dialogue, it's really good, but it has a tempo that makes it more interesting and very much kind of very close to anime. Another one is going to be Death Proof. I don't like it, and I don't think many people like it too. But I think he it's just not his genre, man. Like he switched too quick to this one, and it didn't work out really well. But thankfully, 3 years later, Inglorious Bastards popped, and it's such an amazing film. I watched that movie when it came out. I was still very young, but it's so entertaining. Like it definitely showed me back then Tarantino style of violence, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why is this funny? And later on, when I started watching his movies in theater, I did it. It's just a whole fucking experience. Like, you've been in the theater with like 20 fucking strangers just laughing at violence. Now, also Batman Begins, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I still think it's a good movie. I just don't like it that much. But The Dark Knight does it for me big time. Like, I fucking love this movie, man. It's so fucking good. Like, I can't even explain how good this movie is. Like, from start to finish, you're hooked. Yes, it did change the whole superhero genre as Spider-Man did, but for pretty much like it's still a superhero movie, but they're so different from each other. And The Dark Knight, like, because it has so much realism, I fucking love that. And of course, the performances. We can't forget Heath Ledger, what he did in this one. A generational performance from Heath Ledger. There is no question about it. Now, American Psycho, I fucking love this movie for so many reasons. And one of them is that the tempo of the movie is so interesting. And it was something that when I watched that movie, I've never seen that before. Like the way they deliver monologues and the way they do the dialogue over there has such a different tempo from any other movie. Because this one is not so much like into realism. It's more about satire of people of Wall Street and like some very successful people who pretty much have there's just so much ego in that one and it just made fun of, and I fucking love this about this movie. And it became more popular than ever like few years ago because the literary me movement, it really is worth the watch. Because also Patrick Bateman is someone who you can like trust his narrative. You know what's real and what's not, and you're gonna have like so many questions like the entire movie because it's very surreal. Now we also have some good Fast and Furious movies before they went to space, but the first movie is so good because it's all about street racing, and also of course there's some robberies and shit, but this is just the whole gang. And I fucking love this one about it because there's like also a cop undercover and shit. It has like so many elements to this one that makes this movie great. Now, of course, dialogue is not really good, but the movie itself, it's very entertaining. And I can say the same thing about the second one, even though the second one is way more over the top. Not as over the top as the new ones, but this one, it has like more style to it, and I just find it hilarious. But also Tokyo Drift, it's a great story too. It's now it's very entertaining even if you watch it today. I wasn't even a teenager back then when I watched that movie, and it really fucking got me. Like I was like, this is fucking hype. Like it's so fucking good. Also, one of my favorite trilogies of the 2000s is going to be the Ocean's trilogy. I fucking love all these movies. They're so good and they're so entertaining, and sometimes I'll just watch them for fun. And I've seen them countless times and they entertain me every fucking time I watch them. They're just so good, so unique and interesting. It's just pretty much my equivalent of a comfy show. This is mine. Like I just love watching this. Just it's definitely going to entertain you for like good couple of hours, and it's a whole trilogy, so you're gonna have like good 6 hours of entertainment. We do also have two great Ridley Scott movies. So I'm gonna start with Gladiator. Such a brilliant fucking film. Very emotional, but also the performances in this movie are on our level. They're just so emotional, and it's definitely gonna get you emotional too. Such a fucking great film. Same thing with American Gangster. Now this one, it's also a really good story, very good storytelling, kind of intense too. Performances are fucking brilliant. I wish that Ridley Scott put the same love for making movies back then as right now. I think just right now he kind of is like just making content. Like he releases a movie pretty much every year, and I don't know. I just hope he kind of does it again, right? A movie that's not talked much about is going to be The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. It's such a brilliant fucking Western. I love this movie. It's so good. The story, the storytelling, the drama, and like there's just so much tension at times too. It's so good. It's so good. I don't think people have seen a western like this before. And it was shot by Roger Deakins, who also has a hand for this movie to make it even better. And the performances are ridiculous too. It's such a great film. If you have never seen it, go ahead and watch it. Very underrated. I have talked about some Martin Scorsese films here. So, The Gangs of New York, not a fan of it. I didn't like this movie. Pretty much the only thing I love about it was the Daniel Day Lewis performance. I think it was brilliant. But there was just something about the set that kind of threw me off. It didn't feel like a movie much, but is it a good movie? It's okay. In my opinion, it's just fine. But then we have The Aviator, which is great. And I do love the intensity of this one. There's so much happening throughout the entire time, and it's a really crazy story too. But then we're gonna move to The Departed, which is one of my favorite Scorsese films. Same level of intensity, but the story is much better. And also the performances are fucking amazing from DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg and Matt Damon too. They're so fucking good. But someone that actually pretty much steals the show is going to be Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson is probably one of the greatest actors of all time, and of course, if you have seen other movies of his before that, you already know that. But this one is going to change your mind for him for sure. Like, he is so fucking good. Now, these are just some of my favorite movies of the 2000s. There are just so many more, but I'll probably talk about them some other time. Anyway, let me know your favorite movie of the 2000s, and I'll see you in the next one.